Hey, what's happening everyone, and welcome back to Headlocks and Hot Packs. And as you can see today, we have kind of a lower end opening, obviously. This is 1991 Classic Best Minor League cards, I should say. The minors in a major league way. You can see Todd Van Poppel was a big prospect at that point. And then on this side we have Ryan Klesko. Not really a lot of value to these cards. There's some names that people will recognize in here, and a couple of good ones like Pedro Martinez and Chipper Jones as well. 450 card set, even though this says 396 cards. There's a couple variations and errors. And then this sticker here, promo sheet inside. I'm not really sure what that's all about. And then on the bottom left here, this is going to be the big hit, which is like very, very hard to find, of this guy right here that you can't really see. It says, look for 2,000 Mike Schmidt autographs, Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt from the Phillies. And there's actually 2,100 of them, despite this saying 2,000. That is not correct. They are numbered out of 2,100. So that's really the big ticket item that we are going to be looking for. They're next to impossible to find, but they are still fun to chase, even though we are not expecting to find it. But I definitely would like to at least get the Chipper Jones and the Pedro, and here's the promo sheet, and then an additional little pack there. So here's our promo sheet. What do we got there? That looks like Mike Schmidt there. The waiting is the hardest part. And then there's Pedro, Todd Van Poppel, and Pudge Rodriguez as well. Number 18,618 of 25,000 for promotional use only. So that's kind of cool. Not sure what I'll do with that, but of course I'm a Red Sox fan, so I like having that Pedro there. And then this, I'm not sure what this is all about, and I was not aware there was an extra little pack in here. Let's see if we can't haul this open. It's being very difficult. And there's Pudge Rodriguez on the top. Of course, his rookie year was 91. Here's a look at the front of the cards, and then here is the back. So it looks like we're going to find some of the ones we were looking for right off the bat. There's Pedro, and then Todd Van Poppel, who of course was a big prospect at this time, and really flamed out. There's the back of Pedro's card. And it does look like there's a little bit of dingage on the bottom left-hand corners of these, so hopefully we will find more of those in here, I would imagine so. Kind of trash bag wrappers a little bit. Again, like I said, not a lot of value to these at all, but thought it might be a fun rip, and I like trying to chase down those super rare autographs. Russ Davis spent some time in the majors. There's Greg Zahn, of course. I'm sure everybody remembers that name. I'm not going to read off all the names. I'm probably going to rip through these packs fairly quick. And the last one is Sam Taylor. There are also inserts as well. It's basically like Topps Gold, so it looks exactly the same as the base set with some gold foil, and they are just called the bonus gold. I hope these aren't going to be going in every which direction. It looks like they are going to be. So we've got some early 90s upper deck action with the cards going every which way. Of course, a lot of these guys never panned out. Minor league cards are obviously the Rondell White. That one's decent. At least, I don't know, I would say decent. That's a keeper for me. I like to keep the rookie cards of guys that I remember, and while these are obviously not rookies, you can kind of consider them rookies, I suppose, since they are only minor league cards. You'll have to forgive my shaky hands. If you're new to the channel, that is, there's Royce Clayton. If you're new to the channel, for some reason I've always had these shaky hands. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Maybe I should go to the doctor, but we're not gonna. Willie Green is the last one there. Quite a few of these packs to get through, so hopefully y'all will stick with us until the end. Let's see if we can't find that Mike Schmidt autograph. It would probably be the best pull I've ever had. I can't really think of ever pulling anything that would be better than that. It's basically impossible to flip these around. Pedro Martinez is certainly a name I remember there. Tim Salmon is another decent one. And then there is the Todd Van Poppel, who again never made it really. Well, he made it to the majors, but he never was what some people believed he could be. Of course, Van Poppel was with the Mark Newfield. Oakland Athletics. Speaking of Red Sox, Troy O'Leary there. We will set him off to the side. He's a keeper for me. Spent time with the Sox after, I think he began his career with the Brewers, I believe. Pat Rapp, another name I remember there. Solomon Torres. I think this is an error, because I'm pretty sure his name is not spelled S-A-L-O. I think it's S-O-L-O, as far as I can remember anyways. On to our next pack. Per usual, we're going to try to beat that 30-minute mark so that I don't have to do two separate videos. Jeremy Burnitz. He had a decent career. Mo Sanford is another name I recognize. Don't think he did too much in the bigs, but he certainly made it. Andy Fox, I think he did as well. Derek Lee, I don't think this is the same Derek Lee from the Cubs of the early 2000s. Tommy Taylor and Scott Sanders, the final one there. Still no sign of Chipper yet, or the Mike Schmidt base. He is card number 1 of the set. Back in 1991, my home state, Gerald Williams, spent time in the bigs. Did not have a minor league baseball team. Of course, if you do not know or are new to the channel, I live in Maine, and there's Ryan Klesko, so that's not a bad one there. Klesko, a slugger for the Braves back in the day. Had a solid career. But yeah, so I live in Maine, and we got a minor league team, AA, back in 93 or 94. We got the AA affiliate for the Marlins, dinged corner on Ivan Cruz there. And had a number of, I guess, Marlins legends. Lee Tinsley, another name I remember, come through Portland, Maine, playing for the Portland Sea Dogs. I'm trying to think. I remember when they first started, the big name around here, who did go on to play in the majors for a number of years, but was not the player that we kind of hyped him up to be around here, was the catcher Charles Johnson. I think he also played for the Orioles for some time as well. But we also had guys like Josh Beckett come through with the Marlins organization. There's so many more. I'm like drawing a complete blank here. I think Juan Pierre may have. Scooter Tucker. Sean Whalen, the final one there. Yeah, my mind just completely blanked, but anyways, any of the good Marlins players from, or prospects from 93 until, like, I think it was the mid-2000s when the switch was made. Of course, the Portland Sea Dogs are now the AA affiliate for my favorite major league team, the Boston Red Sox, which has made the Sea Dogs' popularity, another Tim Salmon, and another Van Poppel, made the Sea Dogs' popularity go up around here because living in New England, of course, a lot of us are fans of the Boston Red Sox. So we've had a number of those guys come through as well. Like, I do believe Mookie Betts was here, Xander Bogaerts as well. Who else? So many of them anyways. Pretty much any of the good young players. There is JT Snow. JT Snow Jr., of course he would drop the junior by the time he got to the majors. Wilson Alvarez is another name I remember. I think he was, with the White Sox organization. Jeff Juden, another familiar name. And then Sterling Hitchcock. I think we're pretty much seeing the same collation as well in these packs. Remember the Tim Salmon pack. There's Eric Young. There's a decent one there. Not to be confused with the wrestler Eric Young, obviously. Henry Mercedes. I know there's also Reggie Sanders is in here as well, who had a pretty decent career. Solid hitter was Reggie Sanders. DJ Dozier, the last one there. Don't believe he's related to Brian Dozier, for obvious reasons, though I could be wrong. You never know. Another Sean Whalen on the back there. Still looking for that chipper, and no Mike Schmidt yet either, which is kind of unusual. Mike Lansing made it to the bigs. Jalal Leach, don't think he made it to the bigs. Another familiar name coming up here, Rob Nen, the longtime closer. He spent time with the Florida Marlins. Of course, now known as the Miami Marlins, obviously. Name change didn't do much to help the popularity of that team. Of course, it doesn't help when they trade away all of their good players. And they basically got a bag of balls for Christian Yelich. I think, was that the Brinson? I think they got Brinson in that trade. The Marlins. Pretty sure they got Lewis Brinson, who was basically amounted to nothing. Kevin Young, another familiar face there. Brian Smith, Toby Borland. Wonder if he is at all related to Al Borland. Obviously, actually, was it Al Borland or Al Borlin? Can't remember. Brad Ausmus. Sure, a lot of people know that name there. Obviously, only being sarcastic when I say related to Al Borland. Fictional character from Home Improvement. Really dating myself with that joke there, bringing up Al Borland. I'm sure all the young folks out there have no idea what the hell I am talking about. Home Improvement was a 90s sitcom with Tim Allen. I almost called him by his name on the show, which was, of course, Tim the Toolman Taylor. You probably still watch those on, like, Nick at Night or something like that. Jeff Kent is another quality one. I forgot that he was in here. We went hunting for Jeff Kent's rookie a while back in our Leaf openings, which you can go back and check out. And here's our first look at Chipper. We saw a sneak peek of him as I was flipping the cards around. Let's try to focus a little better there. There we go. It doesn't help that I have these shaky hands. Chipper Jones, the Hall of Famer. His rookie year was 91. Still looking to possibly get a hold of some 91 tops. Want to get my hands on that Chipper Jones rookie card. T.R. Lewis, and another Pedro there. This one in much better shape than the one out of that little bonus pack, which was just kind of floating freely. And then Arthur Rhodes, longtime closer. I'm not sure what was up with that bonus pack. I didn't really see anything promoting that on the front, unless I missed it. Brian Giles, sure, a lot of people certainly remember him. And there is the Mike Schmidt, who looks very unusual without a mustache. Mike Schmidt, the Hall of Fame third baseman. And obviously this is not the autograph version. Still cool nonetheless. Haven't seen any of the bonus golds either. I'm not sure if maybe that's back-to-back Oscar Munoz, Tim Laker, Tim Howard there, Phil Leftwich. Some last names that I remember, Adam Heisdu. Familiar looking last names like Leftwich. Only not that I'm familiar with that Leftwich, but I certainly remember Byron Leftwich, the old quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Stan Spencer. I think we may have seen all the, I guess, best stuff, no pun intended, with this being called Classic Best. And the last one, Paul Russo. So at this point, I think we pretty much are just hunting for, or well, no, we'd like to find, I definitely would like to find another Pudge, because the other, here's one that we haven't seen yet, Carlos Delgado. Not a bad one there at all. Delgado, the home run hitter for the Toronto Blue Jays for a long time. Scott Shockey, wonder if he's related to Jeremy. Seeing a lot of football last names from some of these guys who didn't work out. But anyways, we are still looking for another Pudge because the one we had in the bonus pack had the dinged corner. Jesse Hollins, Al Harley. A few repeats. Nothing crazy, though, being repeated. Wouldn't mind to get a few more of those chippers. Of course, I'm only going to keep one. There's the checklist there. And then the rest will go into, I don't know, next batch of mystery bags I put together, I guess, if I'm ready to do that yet. I like to have, you know, like a real, Billy Ashley had, Mike Lieberthal, another name I remember there. Billy Ashley was another big name back then, big name prospect, didn't work out. Carlos Fermin, is that Felix Fermin? Not sure. Maybe he's related to Felix Fermin. Next pack here. These ones kind of trash baggish, but they, Davey Lopez, that is definitely an error. This is actually Javi Lopez. And so they got his first name completely wrong and spelt his last name wrong. So that is actually Javi Lopez. And there's Reggie Sanders signing an autograph there. Tyler Houston, seen that one already. Dan Wilson, Troy Salvior, and then Todd Jones, the reliever, I believe he was in the majors. I think he might have been a closer, actually. Where it looks like we're more than halfway through this box here. A little flippy flip. Damian Easley, another name that I remember. Shea Wardwell, lots of no-name flame-out Red Sox prospects I'm seeing in here. Not sure Red Sox have any good prospects in this set, not that I can think of. You know, their best one would have been another Eric Young there. The following year, in 91 Topps Traded, the Nomar Garcia Para Team USA rookie card, but of course that's a Team USA, not a, there's another Klesko. And that one was Larry Lubers, or Lubbers, however you say that. I'm going to call him Lubers, just because that's much more funny. Perhaps he works somewhere that does oil changes? Or a sex shop, who knows? John Jackson. I might not even need to flip these back. I might stop entirely flipping them around if they're upside down, unless it's a decent name. Still looking for Pudge, so we can replace the other Rusty Greer. I remember him. So looks like we got a lot of these ones upside down, so I'll flip a few. There's Rusty Greer, David Hulse, both Texas Rangers, I think. Kevin Tartar. And another checklist there. Getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Why do they have to do this? Can we not get them all facing the same way? What are we doing here? Steve Carsey, another name we remember. Or I do anyways. I'm sure other people do as well. Carl Sullivan. And another checklist. Getting close to seeing the bottom of the box here. Where, oh where, is that? Mike Schmidt auto. Jeff Bonner, Gabe White. I thought that was going to be the other Pudge. We're looking for another Pudge too. Jeff Jackson. Kevin Rogers. Wonder if he's related to Kenny. And Willie Smith, the final one there. Pretty dud pack there, which obviously a lot of these are going to be basically dud packs unless you're getting a chipper in every single one of them. Still haven't seen another, even a regular Mike Schmidt as well. David Bell. There's another Pudge Rodriguez there, and that one in much better shape. So definitely happy with that. Get to replace that. You should be able to pick these boxes up for anywhere between 10 and 15 bucks. That seems to be the going rate on eBay, is about 15 or so dollars for a wax box. You might be able to pick up a complete set as well. Guarantee yourself of getting the chipper and the other guys that you are after. Although if you get a wax box, you're basically guaranteed that to begin with, because there are so many packs in here. Although it seems like we may have gotten lucky this time, because other than that bonus pack, if you don't count the bonus pack, we've only found one Pedro and one Pudge, as well as one Mike Schmidt and one Chipper Jones as well. John Jenkins, Steve Hosey. That guy kind of looks like Jim Thome a little bit. And another Mark Wohlers, the final one there. Now we have gotten to the bottom of the box. We are on our final 5 packs here, so let's see if we can't have some incredibly good luck and find one of those 2,100 Mike Schmidt autographs. Austin Mahanin, Curtis Laskanik, I remember that name. Frank Bollock, and another checklist, another complete dud pack there. And you can actually kind of see through the wax wrapper there. Not sure what you'd be searching for other than the Schmidt auto, but you would have to search through so many boxes to find one. Of course, with this being so cheap, Steve rolling. Because this is the junk wax era, another JT Snow there. So everything was highly overproduced. Sterling Hitchcock, the final one. final 3 packs here. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed this rip. If so, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button down below. I'd really appreciate that. Carlos Mota. There's Jim Thome. I forgot he was in here. Wow, that's weird because we literally were just talking about... And then Garrett Anderson, too. Another nice one. That's weird. We were just discussing how that other guy looked like Jim Thome, and then we immediately find Jim Thome. And I legitimately didn't know he was in here. I only briefly glanced at the checklist. I was basically just going off memory of to discuss what we really are looking for here. So that's pretty cool. We'll definitely take the Jim Thome. Of course, he is a Hall of Famer. Another Wilson Alvarez. Lots of upside down stuff in this pack. And here is our final pack of 91 Classic Best. We never really took a look at the back here. Open package to see if you are an instant winner of one of 2,000 Mike Schmidt autographed baseball cards. Odds of winning are no less than 1 in 8,000. So incredibly hard to find. Perhaps our final pack here is one of those 1 in 8,000. Let's find out together here as we close out the video with our last pack. Dave Proctor, Dave Rona, don't want to be saying Rona right now, John Jaha, Mark Parnell, Charlie Rogers, and the final one is Brad Pennington. So no Mike Schmidt auto, but you can't really expect to find a Mike Schmidt auto in here. But we did find everything else we were looking for. We got Pudge Rodriguez, Jim Thome, who we forgot was even a part of this set, Chipper Jones, and Pedro, and we can even throw the Mike Schmidt base on here just for S's and giggles. Trying to zoom in. There we go. So again, thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video, and if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do so. You can get notified every time we have a new video released. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time here for some more Headlocks and Hot Packs.